Hello everyone, it's me Clayton. I just finished watching episode 4 of season 4 of The Boys. Now at the halfway point of the season, Homelander decides to head back to the lab where he was raised in order to torment the doctors who basically made his life a living hell. He forces them to do humiliating stuff that he had to go through as a kid. He gives them an ice cream cake only to torture them in various ways. And we see that his birth in this universe was basically similar to Becca's child's birth in the Boys comics. Only it was Homelander who ended up like this, not the baby that Butcher eventually killed. Yeah, the comics got edgy for the sake of edginess' sake, which is why I don't understand why some people are really against this season when it's doing a lot of the stuff that it's been doing since the very beginning. Especially since the show actually has stuff to say about modern society, rather than just being an edgelord fest for the sake of Garth Ennis's hatred of superheroes. That's especially the case when it comes to Firecracker's little truth bomb show, where she gets to go against Starlight. The Boys attempt to ruin her reputation by showing that she had inappropriate relations with a teenager back in the day, but not only does she use said relations to get sympathy from her audience, because she has Ezekiel the Preacher at her show, but also she happens to reveal that Annie January had an abortion, because her and Huey were about to have a baby, and they weren't ready. So naturally, she posts her medical records live on the air, which I think is a federal offense, but not that Firecracker would care at this point. And Annie January decides to show up and beat her to a bloody pulp, while Butcher actually ends up killing Ezekiel somehow. Well, it turns out it's later revealed in the episode that he actually took a dose of Compound V and he doesn't think he has superpowers. But judging from how he was able to kill Ezekiel there, maybe he does and he just doesn't know it. Maybe. And on top of Compound V, we also have Huey making a deal with A-Train. In order to make things even-steven between them, A-Train has to steal Compound V from Homelander's room, give it to Huey, and Huey is going to use it to save his father. And if he does that, they'll finally be squared away, considering that every horrible thing that happened in the series started with A-Train, same as the comics and same with the TV series. Him killing Robin was the reason everything started, so naturally it would take several seasons for them to finally be considered even, when A-Train's been trying to be a better person throughout the series. Naturally, that would be the case. And on top of that, Kimiko also gets to fight Shining Light goons. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that happens in this episode, just like every episode of the series, but I like all the plot lines we're getting so far. Especially since there's real consequences for the stuff that happens. Because of Starlight attacking Firecracker live on television, Robert Singer can't be aligned with her, and he can't even pass that bill that would prevent superhumans from entering the military, or would have them under control by the government. What would have passed with flying colors now is made a lot more complicated. All because of an alt-right streamer who just cannot let certain things go, and who is about as arrogant as she is flippant. So yeah, Firecracker is easily the character I hate the most so far, but she does so with her actress clearly making her a wonderful love-to-hate kind of villain. But I also like that Sister Sage and the Deep have possibly one of the most disgusting scenes in the series, when the Deep gets to give her a frontal lobotomy. Because apparently that's the only thing that allows her to not be so obsessively intelligent to the point where she's allowed to do dumb stuff for the sake of fun. Thank God her brain regenerates, because that would otherwise have irrevocable consequences. But since Huey is giving Compound V to his dad, is this really going to work out? This can only mean something wrong is going to go down the line. So I just hope nothing happens to Simon Pegg that would end up bad on his resume, you know. I'm hoping this season works out in the end. See you next time.